Hello and welcome to Teaching Children with Reading Difficulties. In today's episode, we will be investigating oral language and its influence on children's reading abilities. We will explore a range of strategies to teach and assess oral language skills and consider ways to cater for students who are experiencing difficulties in this area. The teaching approach we will investigate is integrating oral language events into everyday classroom routines and activities. The assessment strategies we will examine is performance assessment. What is oral language? It's the ability to produce and comprehend spoken language, including vocabulary and grammar. Children acquire their vocabulary from their parents, family members, and people who they are in regular contact with. As parents interact with their young children, they form the foundations of language development. Oral language abilities are not only closely related to the development of early reading skills, but there are also significant long-term connections with reading in the middle years of primary school. Speaking and listening skills learned in the preschool years are crucial to the future reading and writing achievement and academic success. Indicators that students are struggling with oral language include having trouble concentrating during teacher talk, looking blank or confused or answering questions inappropriately, and only partially following directions or instructions. There are significant implications for students who arrive at school without the oral language skills that are required to support literacy development. It has a direct influence on the child's later reading ability, and they will also find it particularly difficult to keep up with their peers. Students who struggle with oral language tend to avoid reading, resulting in limited word encounters and inadequate vocabulary growth. Students will also have difficulties inferring the meaning of new words with a context because they simply do not have the exposure to the new vocabulary. Oral language is essential for literacy learning. Low literacy skills have been linked to poor outcomes in school achievement, low measures of self-esteem and physical and mental health issues, poor housing, employment, socio-economic status and community participation, and illicit drug use and criminal activity. Research has found that children from low SES communities were exposed to short imperatives and typically negative words, including no and stop that. In contrast, children from high SES families tended to be exposed to a greater quantity and quality of words. Research has found that the key to literacy learning is to increase the amount of language children use at school. Children require time and occasions to develop their oral language skills throughout daily classroom experiences. Oral language events allow students to engage in purposeful and productive talk, discover the many uses of oral language, including as a resource for learning and communication, and communicate and learn from their peers.